Good morning, friends. The time is 8:16 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 3rd of April, 2025. Now we know that that's the 4th for our time-traveling friends on the other side of the planet. Hello, Australia. Hello, Sydney. Hello, Brisbane. Hello, Sunshine Coast. Hello, Victoria. And you know what? Of course. Hello, Melbourne. I hope everybody's doing great today. I really do. My name is Lee. I'm the guy who started the group. Well, I thought it was funny. The group's so funny, I started it twice. You, my friends, you are you. And you are awesome because you helped me create this group. You really did. All I did was put the framework in place. It's your contributions that made it amazing. So therefore, we're amazing. We're all amazing folks. Oh, I hear something. Something's happening. I hear something. Just hot off the presses, folks, we have full control of the original Well, I Thought It Was Funny site. Those of you who may be new here may not even realize that we had two groups. The first group I started back on April 24th of 2024. That group was going great. Got 640,000 members in that group before the group was stolen from me by hackers on the afternoon of April 21st, 2025. Well, as of Tuesday, the 1st of April, that's right, I wasn't sure whether to believe it, at about 10:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so that's -6 GMT, I received notice that I was now back in control of that group, and I feel so good. We've got 638,000 members that are back in the fold, my friends. If you're watching this and you're from that group, I'm so happy that you're back. I'm so happy to be back, and we're not going to let this happen again, my friends. So we've got full control of both of our groups again, my friends. You know what that means? I'm going to tell you what that means. At this moment, that means we have 639,719 members in these two incredible groups. The Well, I Thought It Was Funny groups. I have currently renamed the other group, Well, I Thought It Was Funny, Back from the Grave. Should have been Back from the Ashes, but Back from the Grave. I can't change it for another 28 days anyways, but that's the current title of the original group, so people will know what's happening there. And you can get to that group at wellithoughitwasfunny.com. That's wellithoughitwasfunny.com. And you can get to this group at wellithoughitwas.com. So we've got URLs for both, my friends. We're back together. That's right. We're getting the band back together, friends. Well, maybe that's not it. But we've got full control of both of our groups. We put a lot of work into that original group to get it to 640,000 members. Just to have it stolen by scammers, well, we won. That's right, folks. The good guys won for once. Thank you very much. Now, I do have to thank a shadowy figure. I'm not supposed to mention the name or anything, and I won't because I made a promise, but I didn't make a promise that I wouldn't do a general thank you. So thank you to that shadowy figure. If you are watching this, you know exactly who you are, and I have to say, I thought I was being strung along. I really did, but I was wrong, and I apologize for doubting you, although I didn't doubt you in any of our conversations. Thank you for making this happen, my friend, whoever you might be, because I really don't know who they are. But yes, thank you so very much. And that's the breaking news, my friends. Now back to our regular programming. You have no idea how much I wanted to say that yesterday, folks. We had to shut down that group for a day and a half just to make sure that we cleared out as much of the garbage. They had done a lot of damage to the group. In fact, they even changed the name along the way for the last, well, since the 22nd of February when they actually took full control of the group when it was stolen. Those scammers have done nothing but post just junk and ads to the site. Well, we've been cleaning it up, myself, Gail, and some of our other friends, and I've got people just going along and reporting all the junk posts too, so we can find them. We got rid of the old fake admins and mods, my friends. We are in control. I am so happy, and if you've been here for a while, you know how much that bothered me, losing control of that. I was doing 6 hours a day work on that group, and it was just gone one day, and I have to say it was my fault. I was socially engineered out of it, and I thought I was beyond that. I'm quite the techie kind of guy, and yet I was victim of social engineering. So be careful out there, folks. I'm not a gullible person, and I was fooled. So be very, very careful online, my friends. I didn't think this would ever happen to me, and look what happened. I'm just lucky that there was somebody out there who doesn't want to tell me who they are, that wanted to help, and they didn't want any payment at all, friends. Wow. But yeah, I've been wanting to say that for a while. For the last few days, I wanted to shout to the world, and I did let a couple of our members know that it was happening. So, folks, oh, so happy. So remember, wellitheughtitwasfunny.com will get you there. And of course, we're going to have links in the group here. If you were a member of it before, I would love if you rejoined, but we're not dumping this group at all. But now we're speaking to both groups again, my friends. So, you know what? Let's call it what we are. Now, we are the greatest little village, the funniest village on the internet at 1,213 members. That is fantastic. But the two groups, my friends, together make the funniest city on the internet at a population of 639,719 members. That's both groups together at 8:31 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 3rd of April 2025. Or the 4th in Melbourne. Oh, what great news. I'm so happy, my friends. Now, I was happy before because I had already kind of just sort of given up on the idea of getting that group back. But, you know, I let go of it, pretty much. Still a little part of my head would still think about it every once in a while, but I did pretty much let go of it. And, you know, I thought I had come to grips with the loss. And I get it back, I can't believe how much happier I am. Yes. So I want to say hello to all 639,719 members of both of our amazing groups this morning. We are both the funniest village on the internet, and we are the funniest city on the internet, and we are growing in both spots, friends. Thank you very much. You know, we're the funniest people on the internet now. Funniest city, population 639,719. Don't forget about that funniest village, 1,213 members, my friends. Look how amazing we are. Woo! Sorry. I wanted to tell you yesterday, I really did. But I did say there was some big news possibly coming. That's the big news, my friends. That was the breaking news. Now let's get back to what we normally talk about. What are you doing today, folks? I'll tell you what I'm doing today. I am working a Calgary Flames hockey game. That's right. The Anaheim Ducks are in town against the Calgary Flames tonight at the Scotiabank Saddledome. And that's where I work, my friends, and I'm looking forward to that. Hey, Section 210, 211, I'm going to be there tonight. Hey, Chris, I'm going to be there. Hope you're there. And folks, a season ticket holder, a friend of mine that's a season ticket holder and doing a shout out to. I'm looking forward to it, folks. I love my job. I love working for the Calgary Flames because I also work for the Calgary Wranglers, the Calgary Hitmen. I work for the Roughnecks. I work for the Calgary Stampeders. I have such a great job. I get to work concerts all the time, my friends. It's such a fun job. And I'm working it tonight. So tonight, going to be a great night. These are do or die games for the Flames right now, but this is the most dangerous team out there, my friends. The Calgary Flames are what you call unpredictable. They've done way better this year than anyone expected after a bunch of changes last year, basically rebuilding. And you know what? While they are fighting for a playoff spot, nobody expected them to be even in contention for a playoff spot this year. So I got to hand it to those boys. Well, they're men. I got to hand it to those guys. What a season they've put on for us this year. Yeah, sure. Sometimes it's frustrating because we don't know what's going to happen. But you know what? They could beat any team at any time. It's just amazing to watch. Now they can lose to any team at any time too. That's the nature of when you're kind of building like this. But oh my gosh, folks, going to be a great game. It has been a great season. The season's starting to wrap up. We are coming near the end of the season. So like every game counts. Every single game counts. But really, it's been such a fun season, my friends. And it's been such a fun year for me in that section. My section's 210, 211 normally at Flames games. If you happen to be at one, come along and say hello. I'd love it. But yeah. Flames game tonight. Yesterday I had a pretty relaxing day. It was day off. Did a little bit of running around, very little, but you know what? It was just relaxing. I heard from Rose Glad yesterday. Yesterday was a laundry day for her too. Heard from Melissa Carnahan. It was a laundry day for her too. So ladies, I hope you got your laundry done. Hope you had a chance to spend some time relaxing, and I hope you both had a chance to laugh yesterday because I think that's important to me, my friends. I want everybody out there laughing. That's the whole point of this group and everything else we do here. Now, folks, I want to hear about your days. Let me know what you're doing today and tomorrow or yesterday. I want to know about your lives as much as you want to share or as little as you want to share. I'd love to discuss it. Why? I don't have a dossier on you. I just want to make a connection. We got a lot of people here. It would be nice if we could make a connection once in a while. Like, hey, bringing the dog out for a walk, or you know what, just picked up a new car. Whatever it might be. Anything. Had a great bowl of cereal. I don't care. I'd love to hear about it, my friends. What are you doing today? Now's the portion of the video where I feature two great posts from two great members of the group like you, my friends. Today we've got posts from Eve Cusac-Seale, or Seale. Sorry if I get that name wrong. I've featured many posts from Eve over the last couple months. She's a great member of the group, always posts great stuff. And the second person is Melissa Carnahan. Now, if you don't recognize that name, you're probably brand new to the group. And welcome, my friends. Melissa Carnahan is always one of our top posters. She's always 1 and 2 with Michelle Finnerty. That's right. They're always exchanging first and second place. They're both really prolific posters, and they post great stuff. And today is no different. I've got a great post from Melissa Carnahan, and of course from Eve Cusac-Seale. So I'm gonna bring up Eve's post first. Bring that up right away. This is very funny if you play guitar and know about amplification. This may not be funny at all if you're not a guitar player or don't know about feedback and amplification, but I'll tell you what, I do, and I find it funny. I find it really funny. And you know who else would find this funny if they were alive? I think Jimi Hendrix would find this funny alive, because feedback was a great big part of his sound. And why am I explaining a meme? I just like it, my friends. It made me laugh. Eve, thank you so very much. As soon as I saw this, I knew I was going to feature it today. And I really appreciate that. Now, gonna bring up Melissa Carnahan's post. This is another one that just made me laugh. Made me laugh stupidly. And it still makes me laugh stupidly. There you go. I'm sure a couple of my friends look at my stuff and be like, oh my gosh. Well, you know what? It's a blessing. That's right. I'm here to make you laugh, whether you want to laugh or not. And Melissa, thank you very much. You know, it's simple, right? And it's funny, and that's what I like to think that I am. Maybe simple and funny. I absolutely love this post because you know what? It's true, right? Isn't it? Well, I don't know if it's brightening people's days, but it's going to be it's certainly polluting your feeds, my stuff, my friends. So, yeah, it's a blessing, my friends. Don't complain about it. Thank you so very much, Melissa. Thank you very much, Eve. Really appreciate your post today. And folks, I want to share your post. Just post that funny stuff you find out there on the internet. Post it to the groups. That's right, both groups, my friends. Post it to the groups. And if it's really funny, there's a good chance I'm going to laugh at it. And there's a good chance I'm going to feature it in one of these videos, my friends. Keep sharing. That's what makes us grow as a group, my friends. I love your stuff. I love the fact that you folks make me laugh every day with your posts. So yeah, keep them coming. All right, so let's see. Where are we right now, my friends? We started off. I told you what the time was on my side of the world. I told you what the date was on my side of the world, but I also told you what the date was on the other side of the world there, you know, with my friends in Melbourne. Oh, and then we had some breaking news. That's right, full control of our original group, 639 plus thousand members. That's right, my friends. We've got full control of our original group. We've got this group. We have such an amazing collection of people. And you know what? The good guys won. That's right. We beat the scammers. So, yeah, we had that breaking news talking about that. Still so excited about that. Then we spoke about our days. Well, I spoke about my day. Today I am working a hockey game. That's right. The Ducks are in town against the Flames. We heard about Rose Glad and Melissa Carnahan's day yesterday. They were laundry days. Hope you got your laundry done. Hope you're able to maybe relax today. Then, let's see, where we featured two great posts. One from Melissa Carnahan, one from Eve Cusac-Seale. And then that got us to here. And where do we go from here? Only one place to go, my friends. That's right to the bad jokes. I'm an expert in procrastination. I'll prove it to you tomorrow. You know, technically, cattle farmers are always raising the stakes. What is a volcano's favorite thing to read? Magazines. What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved. A dung beetle walks into the bar and says, "Is this stool taken? I just fired myself from cleaning my house. I don't like my attitude, and I've been drinking on the job. I went to a restaurant run by kleptomaniacs. The waiter took my order. What do you call two friends that love math? Algebros. What was the snowman doing in the vegetable garden? Picking his nose. Why did the penguin make a fish pun? For the halibut." I hope you know how much it makes me happy to know that people come back for those jokes every day, because it does make me happy. And of course, some of those jokes today came from my friend David Knapp. He is a joke distributing machine, my friends. I tell you, I am impressed by how many jokes he comes up with. Now, I can't always use every one of them, but almost every one of them are funny. And I really appreciate it. Keep, as I say every day, keep them coming as long as you want, David, because I really like telling your jokes, and it does make that whole joke portion of the video much easier to make when I've got a supply of jokes that I don't have to go out and source myself. Really appreciate it. And then once again, I have told several jokes, sorry about the noise there, from this great book, my friends. I'm telling you, these guys, these folks are fantastic. That's not a paid sponsor at all. Just want to show my sources, and I appreciate what they've put together, my friends. That's at Dad Says Jokes on Instagram, actually. So that's where that's from, that book. And I want to tell your jokes. I really do want to tell your jokes. Just send your jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwas.com. Jokes@wellithoughitwas.com. I keep my eye on that inbox all day long looking for your jokes, my friends. So send them in. I want to tell your jokes. And if I tell your jokes, you're getting credit. I promise you, I don't steal jokes. And you know, of course, return of the penguin jokes. We only missed them for one day the other day. Those penguin jokes come from Penguin Biscuits. Penguin Biscuits are a British confection that I struggle to get. Each one of those Penguin Biscuits, a lovely chocolate biscuit, is individually wrapped and each one has a joke on it. I need more of them, my friends, and I want them right from the UK. So when I buy them from specialty shops here, they're all from the same run or the same batch, and they all have the same jokes. So please, I implore you, like I do almost every day, if you or a friend is in the UK and you want to make this happen, I want you to set me up with some Penguin Biscuits from the UK. I'm going to pay for them, and I'm going to pay for shipping. You're not going to be out of pocket. But I need them. Well, I don't need them, but I want them. And I want to make a cool video about how we got these Penguin Biscuits so I can tell more of those jokes. We're going to call it the Great Biscuit Caper. And we're going to make this happen one of these days. Someday somebody's going to hear my plea, and I'm going to get some of those biscuits from the UK. Or, and like I say it every day, McVitie's. That's right, McVitie's. You're right there. There's your logo right there. You should sponsor my videos. That's right. I tell a penguin joke every freaking day. It comes from your biscuits. I give you credit for it. And sponsoring my videos is going to be cheap. It's going to make such a small dent in your advertising dollar. You're not even going to notice. It's going to cost you a few bucks, and it's going to cost you some biscuits. I'm already telling the world how great you are. I'm already telling your jokes. Do the right thing. We can make great things happen together, folks. Guess what, McVitie's? I've got 640,000 people in 2 groups where I post these videos. We can make this happen, and you can make me grow. I can make you grow. We can do beautiful things together. All right, enough of that silliness. I'm going to ask you to do 2 quick favors for me. Hopefully they're easy for you. First one, if you get a chance today, and it's an appropriate time to do it, try to make somebody laugh. You're going to make their day better no matter what. If they're having a bad day, it's better. If they're having a good day, it's better. Why? Because they're laughing. Now, the second thing I want you to do, it's a very similar favor. You, my friend, are just as important as anyone else out there. So I want you to find something that makes you laugh. I really do. And if it's particularly funny, I want you to share it on the group, and I want you to tag me in that share and say, Lee, or whatever, your own words, this is what made me laugh. This is what brought me up from down, or whatever it might be. Let me know. I'd love to share it in one of these videos, and I'd love you to share it on the group, because you might make somebody laugh who's needing a laugh at that moment too.
I've seen the style before. Terminal psychotic.
Get your shirts, hoodies, and cups at store.wellithoughtitwas.com now. Friends, we've got to that portion of the video where I start wrapping stuff up, but we've got a lot of stuff to touch base on today. Some great news that the original Well I Thought It Was Funny group is back. I've got it back from the hands of the hackers that stole it from me on the 21st of February 2025. I never expected to get it back. Honestly, I didn't. I tried to be as positive. I tried to be positive in these videos. I know there was one video where I was particularly emotional, but I want to tell you folks, the reason I was emotional in that video, yes, I was upset about losing the group, but I was overwhelmed by how much you folks cared and care about what's happening here, about what's happening to our group, about what's happening to me. I had so many messages of support, and that I didn't know what to do with that. I mean, that overwhelmed me in a good way, my friends. I'm not complaining, but that I do remember that day. I was very emotional. I had to stop the video because I thought I was going to cry, and I am not somebody who cries easily, you know. Not at all. I mean, when I was a little kid, yeah, I was probably a crybaby, but not as an adult. I don't cry much at all, and I didn't cry there. but boy, was I close. I really was. And that probably would have been on the 23rd or the 24th of February, I believe. I'm still coming to grips with the loss. Wow. We won, friends. We absolutely won. And I do have to thank somebody who doesn't want me to mention a name or anything. And I'm gonna respect that. But I want to thank that shadowy figure. And you know who you are if you watch these videos, for making this happen. And I'm sorry. I thought that you were stringing me along. I thought you were like some sadist that was just enjoying somebody else's pain. But I never said that in our conversations in the chance that I was wrong. I was hoping that I was wrong. And I was wrong. So thank you very much, whoever you are. You made a difference. You really did make a difference. You made a difference in a bunch of people's lives, because we're making people laugh. And we had 640,000 people that we had got together in one group. Not this one here, not the second group, which is an amazing group. And don't think I'm giving up on our village, my friends. I promise you I'm not. You really help some people out there, because we try to make people laugh, and make people laugh makes their day. And you've allowed us to reach a lot more people again. So whoever you are, thank you so very much. This is so sincere. That's all I got. I don't even know what to say. I haven't got the words, really. I haven't got the words to tell you how thankful I am. If I ever do meet you someday in real life, if I haven't, I hope you let me know who you are, because I owe you a lot, my friend. I really do. My anonymous friend on the internet. All right, so I said that. Just great news. Absolutely great news. But folks, you know what we are. We are both the funniest village on the internet at 1,213 people, and we are the funniest city in the internet at 638,000+ people. Together, we're at 639,000 people together. That's two groups, because the two groups are kindred groups, my friends. So we're just about 640,000 people. That makes us the funniest city on the internet, but we're still the funniest village on the internet too. It's a duality of I thought it was funny, I guess. Now, if you did quit the other group, when it was taken over, if you want to rejoin it, I totally appreciate that. If you want to just keep going on this group too, or it's a little more intimate, I understand that too. Completely understand that. Like before, we're keeping both groups going. Like before, I'm going to be splitting my attention, but I think I will be looking for some more admins and mods, because I don't want. I thought it was funny, the group that we've been working through for the last 2 months or so since I lost the other group. I don't want that group to suffer, because I'll have to put a lot more time in the bigger group. I want to make sure we have the proper coverage, the proper admins, and proper mods for both groups, because both groups are amazing, and they both deserve a lot of attention to keep them just growing the way they have been. So I hate putting this out there like that, because I always get a bunch of people that aren't really wanting to be admins and mods. They just want some power. If you think you could help us out and you'd like to be a member of our team, let us know. Send me a message at admin@wellithoughitwasfunny.com, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. We are looking for some moderators is what we're looking for. We're not looking for administrators. That's just, keep the queue empty, make sure the scammers don't get through like we do already. Make sure those political and religious posts don't get through. Make sure that the jerks and the creeps don't get through, and if they do get through, make sure we toss them. That's what we do as mods in the group. Keeping the places just clean, keeping the place amazing, and keeping it funny. So if you are interested in that, contact me. I'm not saying you're going to necessarily get the job, but I definitely am looking for a few people, because we've got to make sure that both groups get the attention that they deserve. We want them both to keep being amazing. Now, of course, the original group at 639,000, we still have a whole bunch of stuff to clean up in there, because they did a lot of damage. Those scammers did a lot of damage over that 2 months, and we're gonna get it all cleaned up, and it's already getting there too. The funny stuff is being shared again. Finally, it's been since the 22nd of February since anything funny's been posted there, and we're changing that again. We've taken full control. We are in charge of our funny destinies, folks. We're going to make more people laugh than we ever have. And you know what? Thank you for making me laugh. That's right. You folks make me laugh every day. Therefore, you make me a better person every day. Already a person who laughs a lot, but I'm laughing more. Therefore, I'm even better. You made me better. You made me a better person. And you do that for everybody. You do. You share so much here. And you folks, you make people laugh. And that's always been my plan with starting these groups is just to make people laugh, my friends. Since I was a little kid, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make people laugh. And I've been pretty successful, but I've been successful because of you, my friends. Thank you. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for, you know what? Thank you for sticking with me when I lost that big group and coming over here in that migration. I really appreciate it. A few of you were already here. I understand that. But I also know a few of you worked really hard to get your friends over here too. We're not done with that. We're not. This group we want to grow too. We want to have both groups we want both groups to grow and to thrive. And we're going to work towards that. So friends, just thank you. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to be here again tomorrow. Maybe we'll have a few new people. You know, and I have a feeling we are going to have a few new people watching this video tomorrow. And that's going to be exciting. But you know what? It's exciting just talking to you without new people. So I just want you to know that you are important. I think you rock. I'm going to be here again tomorrow. We're going to see you again tomorrow. All the love, my friends.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.